to check, make sure that I am live. Hold on, I don't know what this is doing, but here, go check out. See if I don't know what is going on with it. Okay, yes. Okay. Hello everyone. Today we are going to do a wood project I just cut out on the laser cutter. And so we are going to make some keychain holders. These are really, really cute. Super fun to create. Really easy to create. So we have some lighting in here. Hold on. I've got to readjust all this lighting because I've been redoing stuff here. So this one is just, it just says keys, and each piece is a different piece of a puzzle. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to paint this back side. We're gonna paint that black. The cover's gonna be white. And then when you go to put your keys on, you're going to, this one in the middle actually does not, I did poke a hole in it, but it actually doesn't need one because there's no space to hang keys. This got like little holes right here. Your keys can dangle down. So there's that. And then we got this one that says home, and it's got a boy and a girl on it. I did not create these. I just cut these out from a file that I already had. So let's get started. We're going to actually do the home one first. And what we're going to do is, let me see if I can actually find, I thought I had my glue over here, but I have a couple of things of glue, but we can always glue it. But let's get started. So we're going to paint this back. We're going to paint it white. And I could not find any of my paint trays, so I'm using a paper plate. I also grabbed a warm cup of water with soap in it, making sure it's not sitting anywhere near my drink because I don't want to drink that. That would be gross. So I'm going to just put a little bit of that on here. And then we're going to grab our bigger paintbrush. And we're just going to start painting. If you're wanting to do it quick, I suggest that you get like a dryer, maybe like even a hair dryer will work. And I am going to paint the back side of these as well as the sides. I could leave them blank, but we're not gonna. And we're going to go back over top of the heart spot with red. We're just going to make like a little square of red. So I have a dryer here that I use to dry the paint, and I use Decor. I am not sponsored by them. The reason I use them is because they're actually made here in Kentucky, so I like to do things as local as possible. So that's why I do that. Once I start putting this all together, I'll move the camera down a little bit so you guys can actually see better what I'm doing. And this is going to be shared on YouTube. So if you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe so you can see all the cool stuff that we make over here. So we have a lot of projects and products that we make due to the fact that I have a couple different equipment. My goodness, I can't even speak today. And so I have a wood cutter. I have sublimation printers and sublimation presses. I have DTF, which I have to fix, but I am making some things DTF. I just can't do white because it will not print white. Not sure why. I'm going to have to buy an actual DTF printer, I guess. That's what I'm going to have to do. And we do a lot of sublimation because I really like it. And then we have some beading that we sell. We have artwork from other artists, stuff like that. So lots of different things to choose from. I'm going to dry this real quick. Just so I can do my second layer. or I can hold it to do another layer. I was going to paint this with the paint markers, but I figured it'd be easier to do it with the actual paint because of the surface amount. Sometimes it takes a little bit to dry, only because of the fact that you have, you know, it's going to be tacky a little bit. I just want to make sure that this backside is more covered. Like I have two spots where I was holding it. Backside, I'm not really going to go over it too much. I'm just going to kind of do maybe one coat over the back, because obviously it's going to be hanging on a wall. So let's dry that. So I can go to the front side. It takes it a minute to dry, I'm not going to lie, it does, but I need it dry enough that I can actually sit it down where it's not going to get paint all over. Alright, that's good enough. And we're just going to lay that down. And I'm just going to finish. You can see I'm getting paint on my table, but that's okay because I've got a surface here. And this actually comes up really well once I use my paint art wipes. Those work really great to take all the paint. Okay, so there's one coat on the front and back. We'll do another coat, and I got paint on my hands, but that's part of it, right? My favorite color is blue, and my husband's favorite color is green, so that's why I'm going to do the boy and girl in those colors. And obviously, if you wanted them in different colors, absolutely can be made that way. Or I can even make a blank like this. You can actually buy and make the kit yourself, which we're going to start putting that stuff on the website. After March 9th, we're going to have some art kits added to the website. Okay, that is dry enough. Now, I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit this on here, and I need to mark, let me mark it with a pen. I'm going to mark where the heart is at, and then I'm going to paint a square around that, just so that I know I can cover that space. I'm going to need some more white, so I'm not going to bother putting that up. Alright. This red is really, really soupy. I don't know why it's so soupy. Let me kind of mix it in here. And we're just going to go, yeah, see how soupy that is? I'm not sure why. Must not have mixed it well. Nope, I did not. Now I can wipe that up. Let me see if I can wipe that up and use... I can get my fingers in there. So I buy these off of Amazon. Again, not sponsored, but these things work amazingly. They work great to get it off of your fingers, off of your... But yeah, that came right off. Enough that I can fix that. But anyway, it takes it right off your fingers. And it's natural like stuff. I think it's got like... Well, it's not all natural, I guess. But it does have like special things to get different kinds of paints off your hand. So it's got like a special oils and stuff like that in it to help you do that. So let's try this again now that we've got this mixed up. Alright, that's much better. Not so liquidy. Alright, now there we go. But I want to cover up that space that I did the X, so I need to get this on here, and then I'm probably gonna have to do a couple different coats. Of course, you guys can't even see that. There you guys go. Better. Again, like I said, I use Deco Art because of the fact that it's local to Kentucky. It actually tells you right here on the back of it. I want to say it's on the back of it. It's on the side of it. Milford, Kentucky is where this is made. So I like to buy as local as much as possible. And those just came from the craft store, local craft store. So, of course, you know, you probably could get them online, I'm assuming. I'm assuming you could. This is going to need probably at least 3 layers, if not more. Because I used that pen. I should have used a pencil. I guess I could have used the red paint, too. I didn't think about that, did I? In hindsight, so now what I like to do too is when I'm cutting anything off of the laser, like it obviously cut this little heart out. So I like to keep the extra scraps like that because you never know when you're going to need them for another project. Now, this is definitely going to need more than that. Starting to get less and less where I can see that heart or that X through there. Probably one more and it'll be covered. Yep, there we go. I'm going to actually stick that in my soapy water. Could also use those whites to clean the brushes. It does work for that too. So now, I'm going to stick this on top. That little heart, now red. So that works out for me. Obviously, I got to get it centered and set up. So we're going to use, let me see what glue I have over here. I'll use our tacky glue. It's for all surfaces. Let me just make sure the top is cleaned off. Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit of it on. This does dry clear, so if you get too much, you can always adjust that. I'm going to pick this all up because I want to make sure I've got it right where I want it. Kind of squeeze it down and off the spot that I glued it so that it's there. And then we're going to paint this whole thing. Actually, you know what, guys? We might not paint this. Let me think here. I kind of like the way it looks. I kind of like the wood look to it. So maybe we'll just paint the people. I'm going to put green and blue. Like I said, those are my favorite color is blue. My husband's favorite color is green. Just kind of make it like that. Okay. Pull out another. I don't need that big of a paintbrush. Let's do a smaller one. And I can paint both sides because this would obviously be on a keychain. So you want both sides to be painted. Another cool way, let me show you guys a little trick to paint things where you don't want it to move. Use painter's tape. I personally like frog tape. Again, not sponsored. And you sit it down. I'll show you guys. Kind of like this. You fold it down, stick it. You stick your little people or whatever you're painting onto, not like that, onto that, and then it just makes it easier so you can just hold the tape and you can paint the whole thing. I didn't even think to do that with the house. That was a little trick I learned from a friend of mine. And honestly, it never even occurred to me to do that. But it makes sense. So, this green is like a bright green, which I put way too much on there, but that's okay. Alright. And you want to make sure that you're getting the paint evenly on there. You're not like leaving streaks, because that will stay. Obviously, if you do this with markers, it's a little different. Alright, we're going to dry this real quick. Okay, now we're going to do another coat. Goodness, I just made a mess. Alright, dry that, and then we'll flip it over and we'll repaint the other side. You can use a hair dryer to dry it, or you can let it air dry and then just come back to it. Another reason why I like to use this tape is because it's for sensitive areas. So like it's not the yellow one that's for like major sensitive, but it's sensitive enough that it won't pull the tape or the paint off, which is a huge deal when you're painting both sides. If you're not painting both sides, regular painter's tape does work. I'm just a fan of this tape because I use it for everything else, so I always have it on hand. It just makes sense to use what you have, so we're not buying something different. And then we'd put like a sawtooth hook on the back so it would hang on the wall. And you got a spot for your keys. Our keys are probably too heavy for this, to be honest. But it'd be a cute little idea for like kids to have a cool place to put their home keys and things like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint these edges. They don't have to be perfect. The only reason I'm painting the edges is because I already got a little bit of paint on them. So I just don't want them to look unfinished. You can leave them unfinished if you want. You don't have to paint them. And obviously the more you probably put them in the holder, the more that paint's going to rub off a little bit, but that's okay. That can happen too. Not a big deal. Like I said, you don't have to paint the edges if you don't. I am getting paint all over me, but that's, like I said, that's fine. I have those wipes, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm gonna dry this. This heater can get really warm. If you have any sensitivity to heat and stuff, just think that, keep that in mind. So I'm gonna let this kind of sit over here and dry completely. And do the same thing with this. Like I said, you can make this in any way you want. You can also do these. Oh, I don't want anything else. You can also do, like, take that one out and just, put gender neutral. Absolutely can do that. Not sure why that's gunked right there, but we're gonna fix that. So the one that we're gonna do that's the puzzle pieces, we're gonna do that in all the colors of the rainbow. So I think that would look really cool. Okay, putting those paint brushes in the soapy water. Couple shots. I'm gonna let that dry. So we're gonna set these off to the side and let them dry, and then we'll put this one off to the side and we'll get ready to do the other one. Hold on a second. I'm also gonna wash my hands, but doesn't really matter. So this back piece we're gonna do black. I'm gonna do that in black. I was gonna do it in white, but I'm gonna do it in black. I have to pull out some more paint brushes. This is kind of liquefied. I can hear it. There we go. That's good. Okay. Oh yeah, that was really liquidy before that. So you can also do the same thing here. You can put it down there, but I'm just gonna paint this. I'm not gonna paint the backside on this one. I'm just gonna leave the backside plain. It'll be fine. I like to paint with the grain of the wood. It's a way I kind of learned how to stain wood and everything, so that's kind of how I do everything. I learned that shop class a long time ago. So I just still do the same thing. It sometimes is kind of cool when you do paint and the grain of the wood behind it still kind of shows up. I do like that look too, because it almost kind of looks like a stain. But you absolutely could do with these two. You could stain them because they are wood. Keep an eye out on the website, guys, for all the new products that will be coming after March 9th. After my convention, I'll be updating the website probably daily for a while because I got a lot of things to add. I don't want to add a bunch of stuff and then have it sell at the convention and then it double sell and then I have to come home and make a bunch of things. So it's just easier to wait until after my convention. I have one convention in March and I have one booked for October. I am doing Scarefest again, which I'm super excited about. I love Scarefest. It's one of my favorites. This will be year 4 of being applied to. Year 3 of actually doing the events. 1 year I couldn't do it because my mom got really sick, so I spent time with her instead, and that was a blessing. I would never, ever, ever change that. I think we're gonna paint this, or we're gonna leave it. Let's look what. Oh, I actually like it. I like it where it's just the wood over top of that. So we're gonna leave it. We are gonna leave it. So let's put some more of that glue on there. That was not my intention when I first started doing this project. I was not gonna do that. Sometimes I would probably use my glue gun. My glue gun gets so hot because it's like, I'm not kidding, it's industrial like glue gun. And then I have to sit there and I have to basically get it warmed up and then you shut it off to use it because it gets so hot. I didn't want to pull all that all out right now, and if I was going to do a bunch of projects, I absolutely would, just because it's easier. I do love that glue gun though. It works great. It's a Ryobi one. Again, not sponsored, guys. Not sponsored by any of these. Alright. Okay, on there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure it's lined up. You can see some of the glue is kind of starting to come out, but that's okay. That is fine. I'm just going to let that sit and dry. I'm going to wash my hands because it's driving me crazy. I absolutely could have used that other wipe. I'll just get this one out. I use these wipes also to clean like some of my equipment. It works really good with that. It takes resin. If you've ever worked with resin, it takes resin right off your fingers. And I was very skeptical because I've gotten resin stuck on me, and I'm like, yeah, right. It takes forever to get that stuff off. And it took it right off. It takes it right off of the, I have like a mixer. It takes it right off the blades of the mixer. It's pretty awesome, these wipes are. I don't know. Premium Paint and Art Wipes is just what they're called. Hippie Crafted is what the company's called. I'm going to wipe that off of my hands. What we're going to do with this one is I think we're going to just paint it and call it good. We're going to get a different piece of tape because I don't want to transfer any paint over. And we're just going to paint them colors of the rainbow. Seems like a good idea to me. So I'm going to do, let's make sure we're doing the proper ones, right? That's not the proper one. That's that one. This one. That's this one. Okay, so red, yellow, orange, green, blue. I'll have to put purple on a different one because apparently I didn't get enough tape out. And purple. And I have all the colors here, so red, orange, yellow, green, blue, painted, I'm going to actually pull out some other brushes because I have two brushes sitting out here. Let me see. I like to keep brushes on hand. I actually like to use regular brushes because, I don't know, there's something about disposable brushes. It just, I don't know, it drives me a little crazy. Keep having to throw them out. So, let's pull these out. I know I have that. I don't know any of that. We'll pull all that. Red, orange, yellow, green. I know I'm putting it on upside down, but it's all good. I like bigger brushes too. I don't like the massive ones, but I like bigger ones. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Alright. I'm going to pull out another paper plate. I'm just going to stick it with the top of this one. Alright, let's... And I have these cool little hooks too for keychains. They just go right on there. Clip really well. I like those. Red. And we're going to want to paint both sides. I don't know if you've ever gotten these brushes, but they're always stiff when you first get them, so you kind of want to break that up a little bit. Wanting to not get that on the next one over. Alright. These have been sitting for a hot minute, so they kind of turned into really, really liquid. So I gotta get them mixed up really well. And I mean, you can hear the liquid inside when you. I'm hoping that this one will mix up and not become too watery. Let's hope. Good. It's not. So. I probably should have done the markers with these ones only because they're smaller surface. But we already had all the paint spread out, so we're good. Alright. Alright. I don't even think I've ever used this one. It feels really full. Maybe I have, I guess. I don't know. Yellow's definitely going to need a second coat. The color is so light compared to the wood grain underneath that you're going to want a second coat on that. But that's okay. We'll just dry them all and we'll check and see where we're at with them. It's the same color green, but it's different. The other ones I used, I just realized were Folk Art, which are a different company, obviously. Let's just grab them because I saw the colors. Ooh. And we got green. Paint that. It's a really pretty green. And then, hold on guys, I gotta get a set up for my tea. The blue I have is a darker blue that I picked, and I picked a little bit darker purple only because I noticed that the other blue is a little bit too bright for what I wanted to do with these. So. Again, I'm painting with the grain of the wood. And the wood is going to absorb this paint, and it's going to absorb it pretty quickly. Our purple. Now I covered really quickly. Alright, so there's our painted. Hold on, I'm gonna set this paintbrush down where it's not gonna. I don't want it to get stuck with the other brushes, so I'm trying to get it to sit where it's not gonna. Okay, there we go. We got it. Alright, we're gonna dry these. The yellow, now that I've looked at it, the yellow actually absorbs. It absorbed that color, so it's not. You don't see the grain so much now that it's dry. And I'm not going to show you guys on video, I'll just show you guys now, but we're going to take these little pieces and you're going to stick them into a puzzle. So they're just going to go right in here. Now that they're painted, they don't want to go in. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Like, I know I got them on there right. I know I painted them right. I have to push that. Let's see, what is it doing that it's preventing? I'm not sure. Maybe it's painted the wrong side. It could be. Yep, it's the wrong side, so I gotta repaint the other side. But that's fine. You guys get the idea of what we're doing here. And you got all of your colors going, and oh no, guys, I painted that one the wrong color. I just realized that. Green and purple were painted the wrong colors. No, just these two were painted wrong. Or that one. Yeah, they were both painted the wrong colors. That's okay. I mean, you can keep it that way, or you can change it up. You can repaint them. That was our projects for today. Our little wood house and our little wood puzzle pieces that hold your keys. Super cute. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you, Miwa. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to get these finished painted. I'm going to recorrect them, repaint those, and then we will see you guys on Friday for another live. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.